So let's just say there's this world where you want to work with us. Where would you price us right now?
I would pay you somewhere between...
We'll get back to this and tell you the amount, but this guy who we just asked for money, his name is Ian from Seatgeek.
I'm Ian Borthwick, not just Ian from Seatgeek.
But you may know him as the guy that gives David Dobrik the money to buy his friend's cars. 15 cars to be exact.
I'm in fucking car. Are you serious? Oh my God, bro.
Thank you so much. But more importantly, thank you, Seatgeek.
But to us, Ian is an expert in the creator space, and we reference his tweets all of the time in our breakdown episodes.
You should follow him on Twitter. He's a great follow.
Really, really good at tweeting.
Outside of giving away cars with David, he's built a reputation for pioneering influencer marketing deals on behalf of Seatgeek. He's worked with some of the biggest creators, and major brands are trying to keep up with what he's doing.
And now Seatgeek isn't the only brand that pays David hundreds of thousands of dollars to give away cars.
Whose is that? Yours.
What the? Like really nice cars. So why are these brands doing this, and how does this make economic sense? In short, it's because of influencer marketing. According to Business Insider, brands are set to spend $15 billion on influencer marketing by 2022.
And now with TV productions being halted, brands, agencies, and networks are all relying on influencers to create content and find audiences.
So on this episode of The Breakdown, we're gonna talk about the future of influencer marketing, what it's gonna look like, and why and how it actually works. So whether you're a brand looking to spend with creators or a creator looking to get paid by a brand, this episode is for you.
Also, we're gonna do it sitting here on our new yellow couch.
Neither here nor there, but if you like yellow couches, this episode is also...
I just think we should address that this is a brand new set.
Brand new couch, brand new set.
If you're new here, this is like, whoa.
If you follow us on Instagram though, you know all about this yellow couch.
But if you don't, this is our brand new couch. It's the only real thing in our studio now. But we love it.
Watch the breakdown.
So we've been involved in YouTube for about 10 years, and that means that we've been involved in influencer marketing since like 2011.
Probably back when it didn't even have a name. It was just you going into an office with a brand and saying, please trust me. I'm telling you this works.
Now the term influencer marketing kind of has a bad stigma around it.
And that's largely because of campaigns like Firefest and Fit Tummy Tea and Jake Paul's Mystery Box.
You could get a pile of shit, or you could get a Rolls Royce.
That was weird.
Also Instagram photos like these, like try harder, try a little bit harder than that.
I feel like a lot of large companies are just like, we need influencer marketing. And then they just try and figure it out.
And the influencer's like, does that work? Are you gonna buy it? But even though we've been involved in influencer marketing for about 10 years, we've never seen anyone do it quite like David Dobrik and Seatgeek.
It's a perfect combination of the two categories of influencer marketing.
And those two categories are brand lift and direct action. So let's explain both of those.
Okay, so number one is brand lift. Brand lift is when a creator gives exposure to a brand with the goal of raising awareness and increasing the perception of that brand, so that when the audience is ready to make a purchase, they choose that brand specifically. For us, we work with Samsung, and we work with them on a year-long basis. So we are constantly creating content with them, but we're never actually asking you to go purchase a phone. And they're not tracking how many phones we're selling. The partnership is to raise awareness for Samsung and their products, and to make an association between us, the modern filmmaker, and the tools that they provide. So when you do go out to buy a new phone, you think about us and you think about Samsung. The bottom line is that the goal of a brand lift campaign is both to create awareness as well as an emotional connection between the audience and that brand.
And direct action is when a creator asks their audience to take an action on behalf of a brand. That could be downloading an app, signing up for a service, or actually buying a product. And typically on YouTube, this comes in the form of using a code at checkout, probably for a discount. So here's an example of a direct action campaign. We're currently selling our online storytelling course on Moment's website, and we put a link in our description for you to go buy that course. And if you use the code press publish at checkout, you're gonna get 10% off. Your decision to take an action is directly linked to this video and us asking you to take that action. That's a direct action campaign.
Now with Dobrik giving away cars, it's actually the perfect balance between brand lift and direct action.
But initially, like most brands, Ian and Seatgeek were looking for a more traditional marketing campaign. David, however, had other plans.
We knew David wanted to go to the World Series and surprise his best friend. So we sent over our talking points. We really wanted the creator to show the app on screen, to show him how amazing Seatgeek is. And I was like, yeah, no, man, we really need to do those talking points. He's like, well, I think you're wrong. I didn't quite believe him at the time. And then he walked me through kind of how he was going to like build up why this was so important to his friend and that we were going to help him make this amazing moment happen.
As many of you guys know, I'm from Chicago, and the Cubs happen to be in the World Series for the first time in 71 years. And I happen to have two good friends that are really, really big Cubs fans.
He brings you through the process of how SeatGeek has enabled this incredible moment that you're about to watch.
I reached out to my friends at SeatGeek. They have a really cool app where you can buy tickets, but they honestly just wanted to help Michael and Alex get to the World Series.
And then after that, he follows up with asking you to take a direct action. He tells you to use his code at checkout the next time you're gonna buy concert tickets.
Obviously, I owe SeatGeek a lot, so if you guys want to go check out some tickets for concerts, for sporting events, whatever, just use my promo code Dobrik. You'll save some money and you'll have a good time.
So when you hear the word SeatGeek, you think of amazing experiences.
No fucking way, dude. Like, you don't realize how nuts this is. Holy shit.
So that video was the first time that SeatGeek and David worked together, and Ian was trying to get a hold of David for 3 years before David finally returned his call. The metrics of this first video would determine the future of these two working together, as well as how Ian would look in the eyes of his boss.
It also was a make or break point for all of David's friends to be able to get brand new cars.
Were they getting Teslas or not?
They didn't know that actually no one knew that that was the plan at the time.
But it came down to this video.
And the video just crushed both from a view-wise, but more importantly for us, for me to prove it, a conversion-wise. We had a ton of new SeatGeek purchasers. That was when we shifted our playbook away from let's beat the product over users' heads to how can we support a creator's vision of their content. It's the idea that actually people are going to remember us better because we leaned into what David was doing and didn't try to like bombard them with an ad.
In a world where audiences are generally skeptical of advertising, SeatGeek has managed to do the incredible.
We gotta get Ian out of here.
They've been fully welcomed by David's audience, and that's because David's used them as a character in his vlogs. He's used them to create storylines that actually make the content better.
I wanted to maybe get myself a Ferrari, and I wanted to see if you guys could help.
Okay. How much,
I'll pay for half. I'll pay for half.
Okay, I can get you the other half.
What's up, guys? This next part of the video is brought to you by SeatGeek.
So the audience gets now that when SeatGeek's involved, it's gonna be a better video than if they weren't involved.
I can't take credit for this, but it's like become this like weird meme, hundreds and hundreds of TikToks and tweets and like even YouTube videos. Like it's become this weird inside joke.
It's also incredible to me that it's cool on social to know the read.
SeatGeek is an app that helps you buy tickets in literally the easiest way possible.
See them help me surprise my friends with brand new cars. If you ever need to buy tickets to literally anything, click the link in my description.
Use the promo code Annalisa for $20 off.
You have your own promo code.
And so that was for me a sign that like we've kind of reached like the zeitgeist of what David Dobrik is.
And because SeatGeek is so intertwined with David now, when other brands try and give away cars, it doesn't even matter. It just creates conversation for SeatGeek.
I know, that's the craziest thing, is that when he works with another brand, it benefits SeatGeek. So if SeatGeek is the model for influencer marketing, what's the playbook for other brands to follow? And how does it make economic sense?
For this part of the video, we've decided to use ourselves as an example.
So let's just say there's this world where you want to work with us. Where would you price us right now?
What are your average views at?
You go 130, 41, 98, 525, 108. So just at a glance, where would you put us?
So I typically start at a $20 CPM. I would pay you somewhere between, my floor would be $2,000 for a 30-second spot.
So $20 is the CPM, or the cost that he'll pay for every 1,000 views that we deliver on this video. So at 100,000 views, he's gonna multiply 20 by 100 to get that $2,000 number.
Let's say we did a 2-video deal with $2,000 for each video. What's the benchmark we would need to hit that would make it successful where you would greenlight a 6-month partnership?
If you brought 50 to 100 new purchasers in, like I don't care what I paid for it at that rate, that's enough for me to say we have something to negotiate off of and there's serious traction here.
At 100,000 views and 50 transactions, that means that as creators, we need to be able to convert 0.0005% of our audience to become SeatGeek purchasers. And that calculation is worth it for him. Got it. Interesting. Cool. We'll take it. SeatGeek is an amazing app that helps you buy tickets. So let's extrapolate this for David Dobrik. Dobrik gets about 10 million views on his vlogs. So what's 0.0005% of 10 million? That comes to 5,000 people. So let's say a ticket is like $100 on SeatGeek. Who knows how much SeatGeek actually gets from that transaction? But these customers probably turn into lifetime customers because the app is already on their phone, or at least they'll make multiple purchases through SeatGeek. As you can imagine, 5,000 new customers for SeatGeek, definitely worth it.
How much money have you spent since you've started at SeatGeek on YouTube creators?
It's definitely millions. For us, it's one of our biggest channels, and our key brand differentiator is working with these creators. So the investment is not insignificant.
So Ian actually wouldn't tell us how much he pays David Dobrik, but let's do some math to see if we can get a rough estimate of how much Dobrik gets paid for one of these SeatGeek deals. So again, Dobrik's videos get around 10 million views. Let's take that $20 CPM that Ian gave us, and let's say that it's probably a little bit higher because Dobrik has proven to be successful with them. Let's call it a $30 CPM. So now 10 million views, we have to divide that by 1,000, get 10,000. Now we're gonna multiply that by the CPM, which is $30. Quick math, that's $300,000 that they would pay David Dobrik for a SeatGeek integration. This may or may not be how much SeatGeek had to pay. There's a lot of variables involved, especially with their relationship and everything like that. But it's probably close to what brands like EA had to pay for a dedicated YouTube upload because this format is so tried and tested. And of course, at the end of the day, some of this money David actually has to use to buy the car. Also, David, if you're watching and you want to tell us how the economics of this work, that would be great. Just put that in the comments. Math time. So just to be clear, why David Dobrik giving away cars makes sense for brands like SeatGeek. David making SeatGeek a character in his vlogs brings an authentic and emotional connection with his audience. When the audience has that strong of an emotional connection with the brand, when he delivers the direct action and tells them to go do something, he's taking his audience and they're actually going to make that purchase. So whether you're a brand or a creator, the important part of influencer marketing is that the audience has an emotional connection with the brand before they are asked to go take an action.
If there's ever a point when we are giving away cars on this channel, I think that's when I'll know we've made it.
That would be great.
Imagine if we could give you a car right now.
I mean, obviously Ian's interested in working with us. So, and $2,000 is not enough for a car. It could be enough for some type of car, but we need to brainstorm an idea to pitch to Ian. So if you guys could put some ideas of video titles in the comments of what would make a really good Colin and Samir SeatGeek integration, that would be great. And then we'll just send that to Ian and be like, come on, let's get the show on the road, Ian. So even though we've been in this space for 10 years, this is still kind of the early stages of influencer marketing, of the creator industry. This ecosystem is gonna grow so big.
If you are interested in becoming a creator or working with creators, we highly recommend checking out our online storytelling course. It's everything we've learned over the past 10 years of storytelling on YouTube. And this course focuses primarily on the brainstorming process, on coming up with the right idea for the right audience, coming up with ideas that will actually get shared and travel across the internet.
So you can check that out at the link in our description, and you can use code PRESSPUBLISH if you want 10% off at checkout. Direct action campaign. Peace.
But also there was some brand lift in there too, you know, throughout the video. So, peace.
Watch the breakdown.
Do you own your car or do you lease it?
I lease it.
Yeah, me too.
Are you saying that because my birthday's coming up, this would be a good integration that you buy me a car?
No, not at all.
Is anyone gonna get me a birthday present?
I thought about it yesterday. What'd
you think about?
Just the fact that your birthday was coming up and I should start thinking about getting you a present. But we get each other the same thing every year.
A candle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just easy.
I got few things, but if you need $1 bill in your blue jeans, I'ma throw it to you, honey, like I'm Drew Brees. I'm just happy that my crib got 2 cents.